Hi guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we are going through products that I have recently decluttered, and it is a lot. This box is so heavy. If you're new to my channel, I do not go through my collection with you guys and declutter. I go through my collection as I feel is needed, and then I save it up in this box and go over the products with you, sit here, talk about them, give you mini reviews on all the products. I recently reorganized all of my palettes and purged my palettes, so that's why this box is so full, so heavy. There are a lot of palettes that I felt like I just really didn't need anymore, and even with all of these palettes that I am getting rid of, this box full of palettes, I have almost 90 palettes still in my collection. So yeah, this is very necessary, and if you saw my last declutter, which was a few months ago, I was going to try and sell things online. I found it was too much work to keep up with to get my items noticed, not worth the time for the money that I was getting. So I will be passing these on to friends and family, or donating ones that can be donated to Project Beauty Share, which is actually a charity here in Spokane, so it's real convenient for me, and you should check it out. I will have them linked down below. This is gonna be a long video. Grab a drink, grab a snack, let's just jump into it. So first of all, I am decluttering the Ooh La La palette from ColourPop. I love this 9-pan all pink palette, but I recently got the Glam Light Miracle palette, and I like that one even more, and that is an all pink palette. And I don't need two all pink palettes in my collection, and I know my sister really wants this one, so I'm giving it to her. Next, I'm getting rid of a couple of all shimmer palettes. This is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself. It is like their unicorn palette. It has one matte in it, a face highlight, and a bunch of shimmers, and it smells amazing. It smells like vanilla, but I just have so many all shimmer palettes, and I haven't reached for this one in literally 2 years, and it is getting quite old, so I think I am going to just toss it because I've had this one for like 3 or 4 years now. Yeah. Then we have the Viseart Boheme Dream palette. I am going to give this to a good friend who would feel really spoiled by having this, and I just have other like rainbow shimmer palettes, like the Beauty Bar Baby Unicorns and Rainbows palette, which give me more of a metallic impact. These are more of a satin finish, and I find I reach for and prefer shimmers with a more metallic finish than a satin finish. Next, I am decluttering these two Rimmel palettes. I put them both on probation, and I have not reached for them since they came off probation, which was months and months ago, so it is time for these to go. I will, though, be bringing back my palettes on probation series. I did not declutter all palettes. I did put some on probation, so you will be seeing that series coming back soon. I'm excited. Another one that was on probation that I haven't touched since I took it off probation was the Snow Angels palette, so this one is going. The Emily Edit the Wants from Makeup Revolution I used to love, but then my sister gave me hers when mine was damaged by the mold, and I don't love it so much. I played with it recently, and I was like, it's not how I remember it. It's not as good as I remember it. So I'm passing this one on to someone who will enjoy it. I'm getting rid of 3 of my Bad Habit palettes. The Solstice, which was on probation, and I haven't touched it since it was on probation, and the Inferno palette and the Afterglow palette. Bad Habit no longer exists, so I feel bad using these on my channel, using them in looks and posting on Instagram, because you can't get these products anymore. And there's only one Bad Habit palette I did keep because I absolutely love it to pieces. But these I just don't really reach for over other palettes that are similar. Like, I have other corally palettes. I have other like warm tone brown palettes, you know? And these just go to the back of the drawer because you can't get them. They don't exist anymore. Sadly, I am decluttering the Makeup Obsession Be in Love With palette. It's this nice pinky neutral palette, and I did enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with the palette itself. It's just the reason I bought the palette was to do with an old relationship, which I do not want a reminder of hanging around, so I will be passing this on. Next, I will be decluttering the Milani Gilded Nude. I recently bought this as like an everyday palette, and I wore it to work, and I wore it a couple days in a row, and it just wore terribly. It did not last on my lids with concealer, with primer. It didn't work at all, and unfortunately, it just doesn't work for what I bought it for, so I won't be using it, so I will be passing this on. I feel bad returning something like this, even though I could because I have the receipt, because it would just go in a landfill, so I'm just giving it away to someone who will enjoy it. I am passing on the Tarteist Pro palette from Tarte. I just don't love this palette at all. The colors just all muddy together in my opinion, and every look I do seems like it turns out the same. Like, the shimmers are really nice, but the mattes just all muddy together, and I don't really love the formula of these shadows, so this one's gonna go. Those are all the eyeshadow palettes, but I am decluttering two face palettes, which might surprise you. I do love the Sigma blush palette, but with the new way that I've reorganized all of my palettes, like, this just is so large and takes up so much space, and I can dupe every single color in this palette with either single blushes or blushes in other palettes that I already have. So it's kind of pointless for me to have this when I already have all of these colors in formulas that I enjoy. So I will be passing this on. The other face palette I'm decluttering is the Lime Crime Highlight palette. It is the Fairies version, and the only shade I like is this one. These two I don't like on my skin tone at all, and this is so thick and chunky, it seems like such a waste to keep it around for just this one shade, even though I love this one shade. So I'm debating on whether or not depotting this palette and keeping this one shade, or passing on the whole palette to somebody else because I love that shade so much, but just keeping this whole chunky palette for that one shade is a waste. I'm also decluttering a perfume. This is the Tokyo Milk Dark Tainted Love. I raved about this when I got it in my luxury scent box, and I bought the full size. I loved it so much. I think something psychological like happened in my brain. This was the perfume that I wore every time I went to meet my ex, and when I sprayed this on myself after the breakup, it smelt disgusting. So maybe it's gone bad, but maybe it's something psychological in my brain where it just smells disgusting now and I can't wear it. So I'm gonna try and pass it on to somebody else because it's a fairly new bottle and fairly full. If nobody wants it though, maybe it did go bad and I'll throw it out. But it smells horrible now. I don't know what's wrong. Oh, one more face palette I forgot I was decluttering. I had this Lancome Gift with Purchase palette. I was saving it for a giveaway, but I opened it and I dinged it with my finger, so now I'm just gonna pass it on to a friend. I am also decluttering the Daybreak Glimmer and Sunlit Glow face powders from Revlon. It's like an Amrezy type highlighter and a very glittery bronzer. I like the glow and the sheen this bronzer has, but the chunks of gold glitter in it are just too much for me, and I do not like gold glitter all over my face. Like, that's not my vibe. So I'll see if someone wants this. Maybe my friend will want this for her kids as play makeup, because I really wouldn't see any of my friends actually wanting gold glitter all over their face. And then this highlight, it swatches beautifully, it looks beautiful, but when I get it on my skin, it just doesn't give me what I'm expecting and what I'm wanting. I don't know how to explain it. It's just disappointing, and I already actually have the Amrezy highlighter, so I don't need like a lackluster copycat, you know what I mean? So passing this one on to maybe Kids for Play makeup. I have an expired foundation here. This is the Light Illusion from Flower Beauty. They actually have an expiration date on it, so this expired in December, and I try and be pretty good about my liquid products and not using them after the expire date, just because you can cause damage to your skin by using expired products. But I did use this a couple of times. It still worked fine. I just, now that I know that it's a couple months expired, I don't want to risk it, you know? It is a really good foundation, but I do think they need a better shade range, and I don't think I will repurchase it because I have so many other foundations in my collection right now. I'm just really not even gonna miss this. I'm passing on 2 primers. First, the Touch in Soul Glassy Skin Balm. This is strongly fragranced, and the fragrance definitely irritated my skin. I liked it when I wore it for videos and only wore it for a short period of time, but when I tried to put this in my daily makeup drawer and wear this to work, my skin definitely was irritated from the fragrance. And this one, I just noticed it like dries my skin out. This is the Banana Bright Face Primer from Ulla Henriksen, and it also like causes my foundation to really like settle in the fine lines on my forehead. I don't think it makes my foundation look better. I think it makes it look worse. So maybe someone with a different skin type will appreciate this because it was expensive and it's mostly full. But if you have dry, sensitive skin like me, I do not recommend these. I have one single blush I'm passing on. This is the shade Blooming from Essence in the blush. I don't know why I thought this shade would work for my skin tone. It is like way too pale, so I'm thinking I'll give this to my ghostly sister because it might work for her skin tone. I was thinking this would be like Loraque's Tinge, I think, and that one has a bit more depth than this one. This one is just so chalky on my skin. I cannot get it to work at all, unfortunately. There's a couple of lip products, not as much as usual. I'm decluttering the Blueberry Matcha Balm from Winky Lux. It is nice. I just don't like the blue cast it gives my lips. It makes me look corpse-like and sick, and it's not a cute look. So I will be passing this on. And then I have some sort of Korean apple lip balm, and I just don't feel it does anything for my lips except tint them red. It doesn't really hydrate them or heal them. So I think I'm going to be tossing this one because it doesn't really do anything. The last 2 products I'm decluttering are the Lemon Verbena Moisture Hand Cream from Tree. I think this smells like lemon cleaner, and I just don't want to smell that when I'm putting on hand cream. I just don't. And then the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Base in Radiant Pink. I didn't like this at all. I think that it's like a nice like glowy product, but it's just too strongly fragranced and it irritated my skin. But it is a nice like natural glow. That is everything I have decluttered recently. What have you guys decluttered recently? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you, and I love regularly decluttering, so you'll see another one of these in a few months. And if you guys have any requests for any other type of videos, please leave them in the comments below. I would be so happy to do that for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!